Hello, fiends and friends. Not LARPing fiends and friends, and we'll get into why that's the case in just a minute. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are having a great day. Please remember to hit the subscribe button down below, give this video a like, leave a comment if you're interested, and let's get right into it. So I had a thought the other night at like 3 a.m. instead of sleeping, like I should have been. Anyways, I had a thought about this channel and about what kind of content I want to be putting on this channel. I have a very active imagination. I LARP, I do SFX makeup, I read a lot, lots of fantasy books, especially YA fantasy, my favorite. But this channel just felt very confined by the name Izzy-Bella LARPs. I wanted to have the space to add more to my channel, and I love booktube. I watch booktube videos all the time, far too much in fact, and I kind of wanted to explore that range of videos too, since I have a lot of books that I read and I just thought it'd be really fun. So the new name for this channel is Izzy-Bella's Imagination. Hope you all enjoy. Today is going to be my very first book-related video, and today I'm going to be reviewing Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young. Now, I just finished this book, like, yesterday, and my gosh, I loved it so much. 4.5 stars out of 5. I'll leave my Goodreads page down below if you're interested in what my rankings mean. But yeah, let's dive right into what this book is about. I'm gonna read the synopsis on the inside of the book so you guys can get a better sense of what it's about. The tagline is part Wonder Woman, part Vikings, all heart. If any of those things sound interesting to you, I highly recommend. Here's the synopsis. Raised to be a warrior, 17-year-old Ellen fights alongside her Aska clansmen in an ancient rivalry against the Riki clan. I don't know if it's Riki or Riki, but Riki sounds fun, so we're gonna go with that. Her life is brutal but simple. Fight and survive. Until the day she sees the impossible on the battlefield. Her brother, fighting with the enemy. The brother she watched die 5 years ago. Faced with her brother's betrayal, she must survive the winter in the mountains with the Riki, in a village where every neighbor is an enemy, every battle scar possibly one she delivered. But when the Riki village is raided by a ruthless clan thought to be a legend, Elin is even more desperate to get back to her beloved family. She has no choice but to trust Fisk, her brother's friend, who she sees as a threat. They must do the impossible, unite the clans to fight together, or risk being slaughtered one by one. Driven by a love for her clan and her growing love for Fisk, Elin must confront her own definition of loyalty and family while daring to put her faith in the people she spent life hating. It's so good. So this book opens on a fight scene, a big battle, and I thought that was a super interesting way to start a book because it really just throws you right into the action and kind of gives you a sense of the brutality that this book is going to be facing throughout this whole thing. Also, like the tagline says, there's so much heart and just love in this book in all different forms, in family, in friendship, in relationships, the romance in this book. Enemies to lovers, which is a personal favorite of mine, is really top notch. It really feels like enemies to lovers, and you really feel the shift in the pages. Like, it's not a huge jump and doesn't go straight into like the fluff, and like there's definitely that period of yearning, which I know I really look for in books with enemies to lovers. The setting in this book is really like lush and beautiful and really just has this sense of winter to it that I really, really enjoyed. Like, you can feel the cold, you can feel the tension in the air just from the atmosphere that Adrienne Young builds in this book. And I think, personally, I think setting is a really important part to a lot of books, and a lot of books kind of run right over it. They don't really take the time to focus on what makes the world. And this book does a really good job of that. It really takes the elements that she has implemented and kind of keeps them going throughout the whole book, if that makes sense. The other thing that I really like about this book is the cultures. The two cultures, the Riki and the Aska, which are rival clans, but kind of you can see the kind of tagline of this book, besides the one in the book, is kind of how these differences kind of can also be similarities. Like, it's so interesting because in the beginning of this book, you see the Aska ritual ceremony that they kind of do to honor their fallen warriors. And then later in the book, when Eileen is with the Riki, there's a similar ritual event that she just hates. She doesn't want to be there. She doesn't want to have anything to do with it. But as a reader, you can kind of see the similarities in what they're doing and why they do them. And these cultures were just so rich. They were so beautiful. And I really, really enjoyed it. This book is also first-person point of view, which I don't usually read. I'm usually more of a third-person POV book reader. But I really liked Eileen's voice in this book. I really thought she had a strong voice. You could feel her inner conflict, but she was like the perfect balance of a character who was like vulnerable but stubborn. You know, she wasn't just like super headstrong. In the beginning she was, but obviously, you know, character arcs, that's how it works. But she kind of had this very vulnerable side, and the side that she wasn't afraid to express to herself. Not so much out to the people she was with, for the most part of this book, because they were, you know, her enemies. But there was definitely this sense of love and connection that she had, and you could really feel that throughout this entire book that I really, really loved. And the love interest in this book, Fisk, is wonderful. He's very heartwarming. You definitely kind of want to hate him at first, but you kind of go through the same process that Eileen does, where you're like, okay, enemies to lovers, and you really love him by the end of the book. I won't say too much more about him without spoiling anything, but yeah, he was just so wonderful to read about, and kind of their relationship and the way it grew and the way it was so subtle at times was just really, really beautiful. So if you like Vikings, if you like enemies to lovers, if you like a good family-oriented book and a world with a lush setting that you can really just dive into and not want to pull yourself out of, I would definitely recommend Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young. And this copy actually is a signed copy from Owl Crate, which is super cool. I found this at a used bookstore, but it's like signed by her, and I just thought that was really cool, and I'm so happy I got to read this book. So thanks to whoever donated this book to this used bookstore, because this is a really nice copy, first of all, and it's really great. There is a companion book to this, which is called The Girl the Sea Gave Back, which I actually just recently ordered off a thrift bookstore. So I might do a reading vlog for that to kind of see how these two connect. If you're interested in that, please leave a comment down below. I'd be really interested to hear. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed this little quick book review. If you want to see more bookish related content, please let me know down in the comments below. And book recommendations. I'm always here for book recommendations. Please tell me what books you love, what books you would like me to see me review or read. And I can't wait to do more of this for you guys. I'm really, really excited. Until next time, I bid thee a good day, and I will see you on the bookish side. Bye, guys.